Hi, this is Dr. Elizabeth Klodas and welcome to my video blog. So if you're like me, you probably hate being taken advantage of. And I often feel that that is the case when I'm walking through the middle aisles of a grocery store, right? All these packages screaming out health messages and how healthy and wonderful they are for us. And a lot of the times these are just marketing ploys. It's bending the truth to be able to make a statement that appeals to us and makes us want to buy the product. One of the most egregious is this phrase contains or made with, right? Like contains real fruit or made with real fruit. There's actually no standard amount of real fruit, for example, that needs to be in a product for it to be able to say it was made with or contains real fruit. You could literally have a quarter of a raisin inside some product and it gets to say made with real fruit. That seems wrong, and it shouldn't be so hard to decipher, right, what's in our food. But perhaps even more egregious is use of terms that we find appealing or trendy to lure us into buying a specific food product. For example, many people have woken up to the fact that food is a really important determinant of health, right? That food actually is medicine, that it can, impact whether it's our blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, weight, etc. I mean, it's actually pretty obvious that what we take into our bodies affects our health, right? So people have become more and more aware of this, and they're also become much more interested in consuming products that are health promoting. Well, what are health promoting items? Well, things like turmeric and ginger, some of these ingredients that are very high in antioxidants, have some, documented anti-cancer properties, for example. So, some really interesting things. Well, turns out that, turmeric in of itself doesn't taste very good. So what is the food industry's answer? Well, let's just add flavors and colors and maskers so that when you eat the turmeric you love it, without any thought being given to how you're altering the nutritional benefit of the food by putting in all these additives, right? It's the whole package that matters. It's not just the one ingredient that has the effect, it's the entirety of the food, right? And like on the scale of egregious, I've been sort of going up and up. Probably the worst is using the lure of an ingredient when you don't even use the ingredient, right? So ginger is a great example, right? So, manufacturers will use ginger flavor in their foods so they can put ginger on the front of a package. And so that's one of the things you see first. You see ginger, you go, oh, I know that's good for me. I'm going to buy that product, even though it doesn't contain any ginger. This just makes me so furious. And actually, I've been duped myself, and I think of myself as a savvy shopper. This is something, obviously I'm immersed in day in, day out, but even I was fooled. I was walking through Costco, and they were sampling quinoa chips, and I'm a saltaholic. I can't have potato chips in the house because I'll eat the whole bag. So here I thought, oh my gosh, I have a substitute for these unhealthy potato chips to maybe something that's a little bit better for me, quinoa. Well, everybody knows quinoa is good for you. So I sampled it, tasted great, brought it home, proceeded to, start in on the bag. And then I looked at the back to look at the ingredients. And I'm looking all the way through. And guess what the last ingredient was? Quinoa. I'm like, really? And then I turned the package around, looked at the front, and quinoa chips, and there's a little asterisk after the quinoa. It's tiny, but then you follow it down to the bottom of the package, and you know what it says? Contains quinoa. This is the sort of thing that we are up against. And The average consumer, this is the statistic now, the average consumer spends between 3 and 5 seconds determining whether or not they're going to put an item into their grocery cart. How in 3 to 5 seconds are you supposed to decipher all these claims and all these nuances and all these asterisks on the front of a package? You're not, right? That's the point. You're just supposed to be lured in by, some phrase or some term that is specifically there to appeal to you because the food marketer knows it's going to sway you to buy the product. Step One Foods, we don't believe in this. We only sell food that has solid science behind them. When we say it contains 72% cacao chocolate, that's actually what it contains, and there's a lot of it. If we tell you that it contains oat bran or flax or chia, it's in meaningful amounts because every single ingredient contributes to a health benefit. And we've gone so far as to do a clinical trial on our food to prove the effectiveness of the products. So be skeptical. Be skeptical when you're shopping, for packaged goods. Really examine what it is that you're buying. I know it's going to take longer, but be a good advocate for yourself, because those food marketers, they're not there to help you. They're there to sell products.